This has been my most favorite dessert to make in the past few months, and I think I've made it upwards of 5 times. So this time I'm trying out something new, and I'm going to make mini versions with like a raspberry glaze inside. So this is for a baby shower, so I wanted to get extra cute little cups. I had a few more of my sourdough graham crackers in the freezer, so I got that blended up. And then for the rest of the crust, I did pretzel crisps, and it turned out super yummy. Made sure to keep mixing the raspberries and took a little lunch break. My chilaquiles were so good. You want to make sure you get the melted butter in the crust and get that mixing and in the fridge for at least 30 minutes before you bake it. Got my compote straining so that I didn't have any seeds in it. And then I just added some lemon juice and some sugar. Wanted it to be room temperature, so I got it going in the freezer to cool down quickly. Then I used a good amount of the mixture and put it and pressed it down into these little cupcake holders and put it in the fridge to chill. And this is Farmhouse on Boone's cheesecake recipe. I just changed the crust up a little bit by adding in the pretzels, and I made it like a 1.5 batch. So I did change the measurements up a little bit, but I would just follow her recipe as her measurements turn out really great. This is my trick for getting the parchment paper round in a springform pan. I just crease it and then uncrease it, and I cut it into a circle that will fit exactly their springform pan. And make sure you beat up your cream cheese really well before you add in your sugar and then cream those together. I do think all of these steps are very important, especially getting it all mixed after you add each egg. It does make a difference. And I do have this jar that I keep all my eggshells in, and then I use them in the garden. I believe they help with calcium and nitrogen fixation. And it's quite a few full eggs, and then I did, I think, 4 egg yolks, but I think her recipe is just 3 egg yolks. And so yeah, just if you accidentally drop it in like I do, just try to get it out with that least amount of the white as you can. Then once you get all the eggs mixed in, you're going to add in your vanilla extract, and you're going to add in some sour cream. Then you're going to mix it all together and get it all smooth. And then first I used a cookie scoop to scoop into all my little cupcake tins. And that turned out really well. I did about 2 scoops per tin. And then I added in a spoonful of the raspberry compote and just used a chopstick to try and make these little swirlies. And it turned out pretty well. Got some water blowing to steam the cheesecakes, and then got some strawberries cut up to put on my large cheesecake at the very end. And we added some lemon and some sugar to it and some raspberries and the rest of that compote. And we got the springform pan out of the fridge and got the cheesecake baking in the oven. I didn't get photos of the one we actually ate, but this is one that I made a few weeks ago, and it turned out absolutely amazing. I highly recommend.